back to Three Idiots with Internet. I'm your host, Blake.
I'm Chris, and today there is no Sam Can. Unfortunately, Sam underwent a concussion after having a head-to-head contact playing some football. He is doing all right. He can't go to school right now, but hey, man, it is what it is. He'll be better, and he'll be back on set soon. So, we miss you, Sam. We hope you're watching this. We probably are.
Rip Sam.
Rip Sam. Rip Sam, everybody.
Free Sam. Free Sam.
Free Sam. So, first thing we want to talk about today, we're going to talk about some injuries, possible fantasy pickups for this week for you guys. We'll talk about fantasy on another episode. That episode is coming out later tonight from when you're seeing this.
All right. So, this week for fantasy and injury news, David Johnson on Sunday was pulled out of the game for potential concussion, and it was ruled he was out for the rest of the game.
Yep.
David Montgomery's under the concussion protocol. Not very good if you have him on your team like me, seeing something like that. Christian McCaffrey had a shoulder injury at the end of the Panthers-Chiefs game, and he should be back. He most likely will be playing next Sunday or whenever they play.
Yep.
And
he's a fighter. He'll probably
100%.
be back next game. And Kyle Allen, he underwent a broken ankle after I think Julius Peppers came for the sack.
What's his name? Jabril Peppers.
Jabril Peppers.
Yeah.
Jabril Peppers. And just today, the news came out the Steelers had a COVID outbreak. Mm-hmm. Vance McDonald, tight end, had a sickness on Friday and ended up becoming COVID. He tested positive Sunday night on the Steelers before the Steelers flight home. Ben Roethlisberger, Vince Williams, one of our offensive guards, and one other player were listed on the. Big Ben was listed on the COVID list. And they will be eligible to play this weekend, just like the Ravens had. Ben plays really well when he's under injury stuff like this, so I think he'll come back. He did all the COVID tests they had today. We're negative. Vince Williams and Ben Roethlisberger are on track to play on Saturday. Player of this week is Davante Adams, and Thursday Night Football was a hell of a game to watch.
It was amazing.
It was an amazing game. We saw Aaron Rodgers rock it.
Mm-hmm. 173 receiving yards, 1 touchdown, and 10 receptions. And I want to give an honorable mention to Dalvin Cook once again because this week
going off.
He had 22 attempts for 206 rushing yards, averaging 9.4 yards a carry and 2 touchdowns. He played out of his mind. He has entered the MVP conversation.
Yep. And
he's on the road to be hitting the next 2,000-yard rusher at this point.
Yeah. Not even a question. And man, is he having a good, freaking awesome season, dude.
Yes,
he's on a fucking
is.
Great time. Topic of the week, topic of the day is we are going to talk about our mid-season Super Bowl predictions. And Blake, what are your thoughts? What do you think the AFC and NFC championships are going to start off there?
Let's look at when it comes to the AFC, I think the AFC is going to be dominated by the Chiefs. The Chiefs are their offense is just so high powered. It's hard to keep up with them no matter how good your other offense is. And my opinion for the AFC championship, I see the Steelers being the number 1 seed in the AFC, and I think the AFC championship will probably end up being the Steelers Chiefs. Now I'm taking the Chiefs on that one. And for the NFC, I'm taking the Seattle in the NFC Championship, probably I can see them going against Green Bay and beating Green Bay, and my Super Bowl prediction will be the Chiefs for Seahawks as it was all year this year, and I got the Chiefs winning.
So I got the same exact AFC Championship matchup. I think it will be the Steelers and Chiefs, but I think we'll see Big Ben prevail as he does in big-time moments. He's great under pressure, one of the best under-pressure QBs of all time. I feel like if the Steelers can stop Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Le'Veon Bell, if they can stop them and end up getting maybe just a couple scores, Joe Hayden comes and shut down with double team with Minka Fitzpatrick on Tyreek. We have our great linebackers. Vince Williams, fantastic in coverage against tight ends. We have that going for us. I feel like if those things work out, I feel like it will be a tight game, but I can see the Steelers prevailing with Big Ben. And I think they're hungry to win after last season. Going under all that diversity, I think they're hungry, ready to win. And in the NFC, I see the finals being the Green Bay Packers versus the Saints. I think the Seahawks, after the Bills showing, their defense, their secondary is too weak, and they cannot handle anything else. Not having guys like Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, the secondary hasn't been the same since in reality. And I think we're gonna see a Steelers Packers Super Bowl. Big Ben versus Aaron Rodgers.
Part two.
I think we're gonna see it.
If that game happens, I'm taking the Steelers all the way for that one.
Yeah,
It's Big Ben's turn.
Big Ben's turn, baby.
And for game recaps, Thursday Night Football, Packers, 49ers. The 49ers, terrible.
Awful.
They played terrible. They are injury prone. A lot of injuries this season. And of course, some 49ers run game was actually decent.
Yeah.
It was just they could not throw the ball that whole entire game.
He started Jeff Wilson. Not Jeff Wilson. Hasty. Rip. I started Hasty. I still won. I still put up 130.
McKinnon had a good game.
He had a good game. Texans Jaguars. Will Fuller again. He is fantastic. He's had a great season. Damn. Great job. Lutton stepping up a little bit. He came in, did okay. Good job for him. Which wide receiver had a good game for them? Chark. DJ Chark had a great game.
Yeah, DJ Chark had a great game. 15 points, fantasy points in the first half. Unbelievable.
And Giants versus the football team. Colin did break his ankle, as we mentioned. Terry McLaurin had a huge touchdown grab. He is so underrated. Such an underrated player.
One of the best second. He's up there. I think he's up there with DK Metcalf as one of the best second-year players. Second best second-year wide receivers we've seen. He's on
AJ Brown,
Terry McLaurin, Darius Slay, and all those guys. Most of them except
Deontay Johnson.
True, Deontay Johnson also. All those guys having great second years. For wide receivers. Wide receivers are going to be great for the future for the NFL.
Not even a question. Ravens Colts. Damn.
Ravens.
It looked close at the beginning.
Yeah, and then.
But I just think the Colts defense got tired out by Lamar Jackson. And they don't have the depth on defense. Yeah. That's their problem. And
the Ravens had something to prove that game after losing.
The Colts offense is just not.
Yeah, it's not there.
It's
not there.
It's not there at all. They're just not gonna be there. The Ravens definitely showed something this week. They showed that they are still legit.
Yeah, they're still contenders. They're still
a top
everything.
5 football team. And the controversial pick from Marcus Peters, that was a little interesting. It was not. It was a catch and fumble, but it was an incompletion.
I think that's an incompletion. They called it catch and fumble, right?
Catch and fumble.
I think that's incomplete. I don't think he had possession for the whole time, hitting the ground and everything. If that's a catch, then Des Bryant's catch is a catch.
Yes, exactly. Lions Vikings. Dalvin cooking.
He's cooking. I think if Dalvin Cook, because he missed a week and a half, and he's leading the NFL in rushing, and the Vikings had their bye week already. If Dalvin Cook keeps this up, they're not playing very good rush defense teams. They're playing Dallas. I know they're playing Dallas at some point. They may be playing Jacksonville. I'm not sure. Sure can correct me on that. And
our boy Alex Sure. Round of applause for sure.
Yes, of course, always. And I think if Dalvin Cook keeps doing this, I think he probably will be the MVP, because one thing I've noticed is happening the exact same thing that's happened last year. I remember last year when Russell Wilson started off so strong like he did this year. Russell Wilson is now sort of falling off when it comes to it. I won't say he's completely falling off, but it's taking this sort of trend as we see other players, for example, Patrick Mahomes stepping up in the MVP race and Dalvin Cook. Patrick Mahomes has 25 touchdowns, 1 interception. Russell Wilson did he have 2 interceptions?
Yeah.
This one game. So we'll see. If Russell Wilson keeps playing the way he is, I don't see him as he was last week. I do not see him winning MVP. I think it's going to either be Dalvin Cook or Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And
the Lions, Nick Swift. Is his name Nick Swift?
DeAndre Swift.
Jesus. DeAndre Swift is he's developing. But that defense is what's really lacking. They have such good offense. Mm-hmm. Not such good, but they have an okay offense.
Yeah.
2 good running back options. 2 great wide receivers, Marvin Jones Jr. and Kenny Golladay. And unfortunately, Kenny Golladay went down with a back injury last week. But that defense, it's not there. They got the bright sides are Everson Griffin. You got Danny Shelton.
That's about it.
And you have Aduku, who is Jeff Aduku. And then you have I don't even know how to point out at that point. You've the fossil Trufant.
It's another fossil. Jamie Collins.
It's full of
Deron Harmon. Picking Patriots players. They're taking old Patriots players.
It's just not there. They can't be that good with that. And I just don't see that defense doing anything. They're probably going to get Certain in the draft or whatever his name is, the cornerback. But yeah. Bears, Titans. Derrick Henry needed this game.
Mm-hmm.
Rough start.
You held him under. Oh wow.
He didn't do much. He didn't do much, and he really let down fantasy owners again. Titans' pass game was decent. Tannehill had a rough first half, only 1 touchdown pass, but after that he started finding holes. A.J. Brown,
We got Corey Davis.
Corey Davis.
They have a bunch of weapons on offense for the wide receivers, and they run the play action very well just because of Derrick Henry. Because you have to focus on Henry, and I guess the thing is with the Bears defense, it's the Bears defense.
Yep.
It's always been it's always been a very good defense, especially on the run.
With Akeem Hicks, you have
Khalil Mack, of course.
Who's in the secondary there? You have
Kyle Fuller.
That's what's
Eddie Jackson.
They
have a great defense.
Core defense.
The Bears' offense also played terrible. That's always been a struggle for them. Once again, they were the imposters when it comes to these playoff teams. The Bears, they're not there with the top contenders. I don't think they will be, and sadly, the beginning of the year, I don't think Foles is.
They don't have the QB.
Yeah, Foles is definitely not it, and it's showing because they're trying to run the ball and they clearly can't run the ball.
It's like the Steelers last year.
Yeah, trying to run the ball. Run pass, that's what they're doing. And they have great wide receivers. That's the thing that annoys me because I have Allen Robinson on fantasy football. And they're not utilizing him to his full potential.
All right, Panthers-Chiefs.
That was a great
Panthers,
game.
Great game. We all watched together. CMC back with 2 touchdowns. What's new? Man's amazing.
Great entry. Over
Fake
30
punt
points.
from the Panthers. They playing with nothing to lose. Dewey Sly tried to attempt a NFL record 67-yard field goal, but he was wide to the right.
He had the distance. He wasn't active.
He did have distance. But yeah, it is what it is. Seahawks Bills. Seahawks D was horrendous.
Terrible.
As we lit up. Their secondary got lit up. Jalen had a fantastic game. After
over
his
400 passing yards for Josh Allen. He played out of his mind.
And let's talk about Jordan Poyer. He's so underrated.
We like Jordan Poyer.
We've always liked Jordan Poyer.
He's he's been for the last 5 years such an underrated safety, and he is currently an All-Pro this year because he is dominating the safety position.
He had 10 tackles, 8 of them being solo, 1 interception, 1 pass deflection. Great game from him.
That was against Russell Wilson.
Raiders Chargers. Let's talk about ending this game. I feel so bad for our boy Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert is carrying this Chargers team, and they just cannot. Justin Herbert cannot get a break.
No, he can't.
Because he's performing so well.
So good.
So well. He's definitely been the best rookie quarterback in this draft by far.
Yeah.
And they're just losing. They're
losing.
And that was a big rivalry game too, divisional game. And I think that for the Chargers, I don't think they're going to go very far, but I think they needed that win. And the fact that they lost by that, what's it called? Incomplete. It was an incomplete pass. It sucks.
Yeah. Dolphins Cardinals. Man,
Wow.
I wish I was watching this game. Fantastic game. Kyler Tua, fantastic matchup. That's a matchup we're going to see for the years in coming. The Dolphins are maybe a top 10 team now.
The Dolphins are a serious team, and I'm a Patriots fan saying this. They are a very good team. They have currently a top 3 defense in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
Top 3
5.
defense.
Top 5.
Statistically, they have a top 3.
Okay.
And they're definitely not. I don't think you can compare them with teams like the Steelers and defenses like the Bucs and things like that. I don't think they're comparable, but they're definitely there. Their defense is making statements, and that's what's holding them together. Tua's playing. He's playing very well and is proving to be that number 1 guy for them.
Steelers Cowboys. Steelers came out passive.
Yeah.
They were just running. They were wanting to use James Conner. They were using rookie McFarland, and they were using second-year man Benny Snell Jr. That wasn't really working out for them. They were not passing the ball at all.
They were looking like last year's Steelers.
Yeah, looking like last year. They just came out lazy. They weren't trying. Passive play calling. Then we got down. It was special teams we killed. Every other area of the football, offense, defense, we beat them. Special teams we got murdered in every single time.
They had that huge, trick play in special teams. I think Dallas went into that game knowing that they're most likely gonna lose, so they tried a bunch of different stuff, and it worked. But not at the end, of course. It wasn't gonna work.
And the Steelers knew that they had to win the ball game. They came back, did what they needed to do. Big Ben, after an injury, he always plays the best he can after an injury.
That was amazing. He's one tough dude. He took a shot.
Toughest QB in NFL history, I think.
He's definitely up there.
Yep.
And he took a shot at 2 people, and he just toughened up and did it.
All right, game of the week this week was Saints-Bucks. We're not going to spend much time on this one.
Game of the week.
We're gonna say Tom Brady's awful, and we're gonna just go off that. The Saints are legit, and they're back.
Saints are back. They're back to being contenders after that game.
Yep. Power rankings for the week. Coming in at number 1. Hasn't moved at all. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Coming in at 2. My Pittsburgh Steelers. Not
Yep.
moving up, not moving down after that Cowboys game. They still won. That's what matters.
I would say if they blew them out, they could possibly be at number 1. But the fact that it was that close of a
Yeah.
game, it's like,
It's not there yet.
yeah.
Coming in at number 3, we have the Baltimore Ravens. After their great game against the Colts, coming back strong. At number 4, we have our first NFC team, the Green Bay Packers.
Yep. And I think they're only at 4. Instead of being ahead of the Ravens, they're at 4 because of that loss against the Vikings.
Yeah.
That's what's putting them there,
That's
because
tough.
the Vikings were a 1-5
Dalvin
team at
Cook
that
went off on
time,
them.
and it showed how weak their team is.
Coming at number 5, after their win, we have Derrick Henry and the Titans. They're coming back. They had a good win. And coming at number 6, they could be very well changing the Packers very soon.
The Saints could easily be
The
a
Saints.
top.
They watch out for them. They're a top 5 watch. That Drew Brees with Michael Thomas now. That defense has been awesome.
If they continue this way, they
got Quan Alexander
Yeah,
now.
they have Quan
Alexander now.
If they keep playing this well, they could literally. I think they could pass the Ravens as one of the top.
Moving up to number 7, a previous imposter, the Buffalo Bills are at number 7. They're not a top tier team, but they're the lower of the top tier teams.
After beating Seattle, they've proved to
Blow out
us that they
Seattle.
deserve to be in this top 10 category.
Yep. Coming at number 8, we have the Seattle Seahawks moving down a fair amount after.
Yes,
the
a
loss.
lot. I think they were top 5 before, maybe, and that loss killed them. So, of course, number 8.
Moving down 5 slots, we have the Bucks. That loss killed them. If they lose one more game like that, they're not even gonna be. In the top 10.
I definitely don't think if they lose, I would replace them with the Colts. To be honest.
Coming at number 10,
The Raiders.
it was a tough debate between the Dolphins and Raiders. We have the Raiders.
Yeah, I think the thing is with the Raiders, I think the Raiders are a more complete team than the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Miami Dolphins I think they're still proving themselves. And I think the
Yes.
Raiders currently are proving that they are a contender, and that's why they're at number
they have
10.
the defense. They have Darren Waller.
Yep,
They got
great
good
offense.
wide receiver weapons. The rookie, Aguilar, the rookie being Ruggs, and that's
Of course,
that's it.
Josh Jacobs. Can't forget about Jacobs.
Yep, can't forget about Josh Jacobs. That's it.
Well, that's all we got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, like, subscribe, comment down below things you want us to do, any topics you want us to cover. We'll see you guys next time. See you later.